Hi, this is Tamika with Patience Pumpkin Pie, and we're here with Card Frenzy. This is day 5 of Card Frenzy, the last day. I have actually enjoyed doing this. It's been a lot of work. It's been taking up a lot of my spare time, but I've enjoyed it. Maybe we'll come back and do another Card Frenzy week another time. But make sure you go back and watch all of the previous videos so you can see all of the other homemade cards that were made. I'm going to be making again 2 cards in this video. We are going to be using Stampin' Up stamp sets and some paper from Stampin' Up, and also some stamps from Paper Pumpkin, which is also by Stampin' Up. So let's go ahead and get started with our first card. Okay, so our first card that we're going to make, it's just a nice little greeting. Nothing in particular, just a hello, just to say hi kind of card. And we're going to be using the Sweet as a Peach stamp set and the coordinating paper that goes with that from Stampin' Up. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Here's all the pieces we're going to need. Of course, here's our stamps. We have our piece for our greeting. We've got some twine that we're going to use, some layering pieces, and then we have our card base. So let's start with the card base. We're going to get our stamping done first. Now, the card base here, it's scored, I don't know if you can see, in 2 places here. So we're going to fold this over. Let's get it nice and even. And then we're going to fold back on this score line. Okay. And what we want to do is actually glue this part to this, because when we open it, it's going to open like this, and we don't want this part trying to come open. So I'm going to use glue on that to make sure that it stays adhered. Let's go ahead and get our glue going. I'm just going to put it on this little middle panel here. And then we're going to just fold it over. And I'm going to burnish all of that to make sure that that all adheres together. Okay. And so that way when it opens up as such. Now we're going to stamp a greeting on the inside. All right, so this is "Have a Peachy Day." It's what's going to go on the inside. So let's go ahead and just grab that with our stamping block. You know me, I like to have some scrap down here so that we don't have any issues with that. So I'm going to be using the Calypso Coral, which came in one of my Paper Pumpkin kits. And I want to stamp off and make sure it is what I want it and need it to be. Alrighty, so again, we're going to put this here on the inside. Have a peachy day. And this is my Stampin' chamois, and you just use that to clean off your stamps. And this is just actually an old DVD case that I'm using for this. This chamois works exceptionally well. Like, I'm very, very impressed with it. All right, so I'm going to move the card base off to the side for a second. Close this. All right, and then we're going to do some more stamping. we have this piece that we're going to use, and I'm going to put on that To a Sweet Friend. I hope that's not too, I hope that's wide enough. I think it's going to be okay. So let's go ahead and grab that with our stamp. Ugh. Now I'm going to try my best not to get ink all over myself this time. It has been an inky week for Card Frenzy. So let's try to get this as straight as we can. Okay, To a Sweet Friend. Oh, that came out pretty nice, pretty nice. And then we just take our chamois, wipe it off. So this is a little damp, and it cleans easily. I am just really loving this. I'm glad that I purchased it, because I was like, do you really need that? Yes, you do, because I must be honest, I have not been doing a great job of cleaning my stamps. So we have this To a Sweet Friend. There's also these little florals here. Okay, I'm gonna put some of those up there, some of them down here. All right. We're going to set this off to the side. Now I'm going to continue to do some more stamping on our layering pieces. So here's the one layering piece, and there's this stamp with these florals. Now, yes, you could see that they're much bigger than this piece, but that is okay. That is absolutely okay with me. Now I want to stamp it off first, and that's really heavy, so I just want this kind of muted. Okay, that's how I want it, kind of muted. All right. Stamp it off again. I wonder if I can match that back up. Okay, let's do this number here. Okay, I think that looks good. Well, yep. So that's done. And then on the inside of the card, I wanted to do them just in the corner so that we can bring the outside element to the inside of the card. So right there in the corner. Let's see, let's try. All right, there we go. Yep. So that is done. And we can put this stamp back. I have to stamp the rest that's going to go up. So this paper here is going to layer, and then this is going to layer on top. So yeah, this is like the heavy part of the stamping that I now need to do. So let me get the stamping block back out. And the stamps back out. So now I'm going to take this piece here. And I'm going to let it pick up with this like that, so it's in its natural state that it needs to be in. We're using this Mossy Meadow, which is another ink that I got in a paper pumpkin kit. Okay, and then again, I want to stamp it off because I want it a little muted. So I'm going to bring this in like this. Okay. And then from there, I'm going to stamp some peaches. So take this off, and we're going to do 2 different types of the peaches here. We are first going to do these. Okay, and these are made to fit around that greenery. Now again, I want this kind of muted, so I'm going to stamp off first, and then I'm going to come over here, and there's a certain way to line this up. I think this is it right here. That's it. All right, there we go. Yay! So now we have those peaches down. All right, and then we're gonna do one big peach. And then our sentiment is going to probably go, I'm not sure yet. Let's consider that before we put the peach down. So I think I would want it to pop up over here. All right, we're gonna put the peach right in this area here. That's where we're gonna put that. Again, I want this muted. So we're going to stamp off, and then we're going to come and stamp on. Now what I'm going to do is, just to add some dimension to this, I am going to put a little bit more along the side here to give it a little shadowing. And then I'm going to line it up. That is the beauty of clear stamps. You can line them up and stamp over it again. Now I could have used my stamping apparatus as well. So as you can see, we get a little darker along that area there. So that's all the stamping for this particular card. Okay, so let's get everything put together. So our stamps are all right. And let's get rid of our scratch paper. Now we're going to take these layered pieces, and like I said, this came from the coordinating paper for the stamps. So on the other side is the beautiful print with peaches and foliage. So we're going to have the polka dot side, because this with those stamped peaches would just be too much. And I'm going to bring this back again just to have it for my adhesive. All right. This is brand new, so it's a matter of getting it going. All right, so this is going to go on this side panel over here. All right, and then we're going to put this piece down as well. And I really do prefer using glue, and I've said that I do prefer to use glue as opposed to the tape adhesive, because I just like having that little wiggle room. And then this is one that I'm still getting used to operating, and so it just makes it easier when you're using something that you're a little familiar with already. All right, this is very sticky though. Very, very sticky, so I need to make sure I get this down exactly where I want it and exactly how I want it, because it is super sticky. All right. Woo, that's some strong glue. So that's all down. And then we have the have a peachy day in there. And then we're gonna put the layering pieces. So we have some polka dots, and then we have some of that. And then we have this piece here. All right, so let's try with this adhesive again. Like I said, super duper sticky. And then we're gonna put some more adhesive down on this piece. I think I'm getting the hang of this one now. Like I said, it's not one that I have been using for like a long time or anything, so it does take some getting used to. And it is you want some super sticky some super sticky adhesive, this is the one for you. I'm telling you, that's the one. All right, so that's all down, and then we just need to put our sentiment on, and that we're going to pop on some dimensionals, so I have enough space to put it right there. And this is some of that sparkly paper. You guys saw me use this in one of the other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. So there's one other thing we're missing here, and that is our stem. So let me pull this back up here, because I believe that stem is going to be in this area. So let me pull that off real quick. I almost forgot. We forgot our leaves for peach. All right, we're going to go back to this mossy meadow green. And remember, we want it muted. So we're going to stamp off, and then we're going to stamp on here. All right, so that's on there. And then I can go back and put this back on. There we go. And there we have it, to a sweet friend. How stinking cute is this card? And then we have those florals, and we kind of brought that in a little bit here. So that is card number 1. Let's go ahead and get started on card number 2. All right, we're going to get started with our second card, but before we do that, I wanted to just add just a little bow that I've already, so I'm going to take and get a glue dot. I'm going to roll it off the back. Okay. And actually I'm going to stick one under here because this is wanting to come up right there. So put that glue dot down there. And we'll grab another one. Oops. And we'll grab another one and put that ribbon down. So just rolling that off of the backing. Okay. And I'm gonna roll it to the size I want it. I mean, it is a glue dot, it will roll onto itself. And then we're gonna just put it on the back. Okay. And then we're just gonna place it down on our card like so. And that's the little finishing touch that I wanted to add. It got mixed in with this because I was like, where's my little piece of twine? So there we go. All right, now we're really gonna get into the second card. So the second card, we're going to be using the Painted Poppy stamp set from Stampin' Up. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and start doing our stamping first. We have the standard card base here. I'm going to go ahead and just varnish that real quick. And then, oh, that's some glue. Yes, we're going to burnish this real quick and then we'll start all of our stamping. All right, now on the inside of the card, because this is going to be a congratulations card. So this is a stamp set from one of my paper pumpkin kits, and we're going to put congratulations on the outside of it, and then we're going to put may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. So this would be a nice card to give to a graduate. I actually did make one of these cards from that paper pumpkin kit. I made it the way it's like actually supposed to be made based on the kit instructions, and I gave that to our valedictorian at the school. So I'm going to be using this Poppy Parade color. And we're going to again stamp it off. Okay, because we want to make sure it is what we want it to be. We're going to just stamp that on there. There we go. May your journey through life take you to new and exciting places. So yeah, perfect for a graduate. This card would be. All right, and then we're going to do the congratulations that goes on the outside. Now this is very tiny, and so is this little tiny label piece, this die cut that we're going to put it on. So I'm going to turn it over like this and then grab it like that. Okay, and so again, we're using this Poppy Parade. Stamp off. And I think I want it just like this. All right. So this is very, very tiny. I remember when I made it for our student, I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna stamp this? And then you have to just kind of let it fall to get it off of there. So it is a really small stamp to work with. All right, so we're done with those stamps. But we're not done stamping. So I'm gonna take this piece and we're gonna put it off to the side with this twine. I've already made a ribbon to go with that. All right, And then this card base, we're gonna go ahead and put this off to the side as well. So we have some serious stamping that we're going to be doing on this piece. So we are going to be stamping this poppy and this piece here, and then you can see there's another poppy here, but we're only going to be using the stem from that. Okay. All right. So let me start with the poppy. Okay. So I think I want it about here. Now this was weird practicing with this because of the way the back of this stamp is. I don't really have a lot of rubber stamps. I had one made when I was teaching a few years ago. I had it personally made. It was an ice cream stamp because my whole classroom theme that year was ice cream. And then it had for how they needed to consider if their work was late, if it needed to be redone or things like that. So yeah. All right, and we want to try to get this centered as much as possible. All right. Then I'm going to do the stem piece. So let's grab the stem piece. Okay, we're gonna pick this up with the stamp block as well. Now again, as you can see, it has a little poppy at the top. I don't want that little poppy. I just want the stem. So what I'm going to do is only put ink up to the stem because that's all that I want. Okay. So let me, I'm not going to stamp off on this. I'm going to go ahead and try it. And let's see how we do. I did practice it and I hope that it comes out the way I practice it. Not bad. Not bad. We have a little bit of something there, but it came out really, really good. I'm happy with it. All right. So what we're going to do now, excuse me, is we're going to do the coloring on the poppy. This is not supposed to fit perfectly on there, so don't freak out when you see that it doesn't, because that's not how it's made and that's not what it's supposed to do. And we're going to go back to the poppy. Stamp off to make sure that's good and try it again. And like I said, it's not supposed to fit across this perfectly. Not at all. That is exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, so don't go freaking out on me like, oh my god, it's not right. No, that's exactly the look and feel that this stamp goes for. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I am going, these were covering the backs of those stamps, right? So I am going to put this down and I'm going to take and put this down as well. And this is called masking. Now, mind you, most people do this with a sticky note. I am a teacher and I have an abundance of sticky notes, but for the life of me, I could not find any of them. Okay. And I just couldn't remember where they were put away at. All right. So don't know where they were, but what I'm going to do is cover this and do some blue sky around there. So I have this color, which is called Bermuda Bay, and then I have this blending brush. Okay, so that's going to be my mask. And I was like, well, I don't know where my actual mask is. I mean, where my tape sticky notes are to make the mask, but I have a mask already. I mean, I thought it was kind of perfect, you know? So this is a sheet from a stamp, piece of acetate, okay? That's exactly what this is. What I'm going to do with this is, because what I found is that just pushing, taking the ink from the block of the stamp itself, the stamp ink block, and then trying to put it on there, it was not working. But I put it down on here. That's a slick material, and it lets me pick up less of that than I would want, because otherwise it was like picking up a whole bunch of it, okay? And I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and now, because this is not like the right way to make the quote unquote mask, it is going to not get exactly the way I would want it to be. I've already, you know, figured that out from practicing, but I am okay with that. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't quite get everything because it's not getting like as close as I would actually want it to, but I think it does the job. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue with it down here, and it just kind of leaves like a little silhouette, is what it does. I just don't want to get the actual all right. All right, I think that looks good. So if push comes to shove and I can't ever find my sticky notes, I can continue to use these as a mask. They're slick. So what I found too is that I can just use the chamois to clean them off on both sides. No problem. That is so awesome, I think. So awesome. And then I just keep those in the stamp case. All right, so this is good to go. Okay, so now we can get started putting this together. All right, so here's our card base. This red is going to go on the card base. I'm going to use glue for this because glue is going to do what I want it to do. Okay. And this is going to go down over that. how pretty. Oh my gosh. Very, very pretty. All right. Then we have our greeting. And I would know that it's tiny, but we're still going to use it. I have the like scrap pieces from a dimensional sheet, and I'm going to use those little pieces on the back of here. All right. So tiny, this little die cut. So peel off the backings. There we go. The next one. These are harder to peel off because they're so little. And then one more. There we go. Now I am going to get my tweezers to help me with this because this is so small. And we're just going to put this just like that. Isn't that so cute? Congratulations. May your journey through life take you to many and new exciting places. That's going to be it for this second card. All right, so we finished this. I did have this ribbon. I want it to look like there's a bow around the poppy. Those loops are a little too big, so I'm going to pull on the string here and make them smaller. Okay, and then see how that lay. I still want to make this a little smaller. It's kind of a waste of twine, but all right. And let's go ahead and trim this. And then I think that would look good right there. All right, so we're gonna get us a glue dot and do what we did with the other one. I'm gonna roll it off of the backing. Roll it kind of onto itself. And then adhere it to the back of that twine. And then it's gonna go right down there. So it looks like we put a little bow around the poppy. Okay, that is it. So let's take a look at both of our final cards. Here's our two cards that we made today, again using Stampin' Up stamp sets, Stampin' Up paper, and paper pumpkin stamps, which are also by Stampin' Up. So we have our first card here, which is all peachy. It says, "To a sweet friend." It's got these beautiful peaches on the front and the peach blossoms over here off to the side. We used that paper that was polka dot. And then on the inside it says, "Have a peachy day," and we put some more of those peach blossoms to kind of bring those in. Then we have our second card where we use the poppy stamp set. We put the big poppy down. We use the stem part only from another stamp. We put a little twine as a bow there, and we have some layered paper. We also did some blending with the blending brush and some blue, baby blue kind of stamping ink there. And then on the inside, may your journey through life take you to many new and exciting places. So this is a congratulations card. As I stated, it could be great for graduates right now. Also be great for someone who has gotten a job promotion or something to that effect. Maybe they bought a new home or they're moving to a new state, things of that nature. All right, so that is it for Card Frenzy Week. Please tell me what you think about these two cards. Are you feeling peachy? Are you feeling poppy? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for coming on this Card Frenzy journey with me this week. Also, let me know in the comments if you'd love to see another Card Frenzy week in the future. And you know what else to do. Be sure to slay, subscribe, like, and accept the alerts so you don't miss any videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.